Hi, I'm James Schillinglaw. I'm here with Anton Moore, who's the general manager of Gansevoort Hotel Group. We're right down in the heart of the meatpacking district in New York City. And for those of you who don't know the Gansevoort, it's been around for about 17 years. It seems like it's been here forever. It was really the heart of the renovation of this wonderful neighborhood. And we're back to find out about what's new here at the Gansevoort Hotel today. And you're going to find out about all that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Anton, we met each other at International Luxury Travel Market in Cannes back in December, and we talked about doing this interview forever, and now I'm here. I'm the one who's been traveling all over the place, and you've been busy renovating this wonderful hotel that really has become sort of the mainstay of this neighborhood. But tell us a little bit about the history of the Gansevoort Hotel.
Well, as you touched on, first of all, it's great to see you. But as you touched on earlier, the Gansevoort opened 17 years ago, and it was the epicenter of culture, art, and nightlife for the meatpacking district. It really anchored this neighborhood as the neighborhood turned from slaughterhouses to trendy restaurants to art galleries to where it is today.
Yeah. Now, I've been coming down here. It's actually the first time I've stayed here. I've gone to the rooftop. Everything else, we'll talk about the rooftop in a second. But you did expand the brand for a little while, and this is the only Gansevoort at this point, but you have plans to expand again, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And really part of the top to bottom $30 million renovation we did here was to reposition the company. So we hope to be announcing some new projects very soon. Most likely starting with Europe, and then we've got some great properties and opportunities here in the United States.
Now, talk a little bit about, you mentioned the renovation. What exactly have you done to this property? Because, now it's been 17 years, but I'm sure you've done soft good refurbishments. But what exactly did you do? And was this all done during the pandemic?
Yes, that's going to be in my book. We renovated during the pandemic, and talk about a horrific time for the hospitality industry, but really a great moment for the Gansevoort Hotel, because while the city and the country was in lockdown, we were busily taking this building down to its studs, and we did a complete and full renovation. And really, we grew up, so to speak. The hotel was always a very trendy, and now we have taken that trend to be a little bit more refined, a little bit more chic, and a little bit more sophisticated, very much in company now with the neighborhood that's also grown up.
Yeah, no, and absolutely, and there's even more stuff. We're going to talk about where you are location-wise, but I'm actually staring across at a brand new feature of this neighborhood, which is this brand new park on the Hudson. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's talk about this property a little bit. First of all, where does the name come from? It's an old New York name, but what is it from?
Well, we're located here on the corner of Gansevoort Street, and so I think it was a nod to the neighborhood. We wanted to make sure that there was a sense of place, and so here we are. Gansevoort is on one corner, and then 13th is on the other.
And you're right in the heart. There's a tremendous nightlife all around it, a lot of restaurants, a lot of places to go. And let's talk about the accommodations. I had a lovely room. I stayed there last night. Incredible views of the Hudson and everything else. Talk about what the range of accommodation. We're in one of the suites now, but what are the range of accommodations that you offer?
So we have, similar to the rooms that you stayed in last evening, we have all of the front of the building. We call them our Grand Deluxe King rooms, and they all have these magnificent views as I'm looking out to the Hudson River. So you wake up in your bed in the morning, you're looking at the water. We also have a collection of incredible suites, our Manhattan suites and our Gansevoort suites, perfect for the leisure traveler. They can connect into either doubles or kings. We have a lot of high-end families that are now staying with us. And of course, we're sitting here in the jewel of the crown, which is the Polyform suite. And we partnered with Polyform, the design firm out of Milan, to create this very residential, very loft-type suite. Really a nod to all the local residents that are here in the neighborhood now.
Yeah, and in fact, it is a loft suite. It's beautiful. What's the total room key count?
183.
Okay, so it's still very much a boutique hotel. And what about the dining and beverage options that you have? I know I spent a little time at your rooftop bar, but what do you have?
Well, on the ground level, we have Chester, which is on the corner of 13th and 9th Avenue. Chester has been a staple in this neighborhood for many years. It got a facelift. It grew up a little bit as well. And we have this expansive indoor-outdoor dining for Chester. Chester is open for lunch and dinner. Okay. And anything from a wonderful pizza to an incredible burger or a fresh piece of fish. And on the opposite side is Coffee and Cocktails, C&C. This was created and inspired out of wonderful cafes in Europe that we all love. And it's opened breakfast, lunch, and dinner, incredible coffees in the morning, incredible cocktails in the evening. And then, of course, the Gansevoort rooftop, iconic. And we do light bites at the rooftop. And then, of course, the iconic swimming pool. And we have a pool menu by the pool, lunch and dinner. And then the gem of the building is Sashin. And Sashin is an omakase bar that we opened on the north side of the roof. It's very special, it's very exclusive, 20 seats, omakase, but unlike so many omakase bars, it's not down on the basement, it's on the roof of the hotel.
Well, and with incredible views. So you definitely have a lot of F&B options here, even though, to be honest with you, you're in the heart of really incredible area for restaurants and bars and everything else.
Indeed. And, we're often called an urban resort, and truly you could check in here on a Thursday evening and check out on Monday morning and never have to leave this building.
Except to maybe walk over to the Hudson a little bit to see this. And let's talk about that location, because the location, you are in one of the most fashionable districts, one that really you made 17, 18, 20 years ago when they first, people first discovered the meatpacking district. I remember thinking when I lived, meatpacking district, why do I want to go there? And the answer is there's not too much meatpacking that goes on, although there are a few stray ones, but it's become kind of this fashionable area. And now you have the High Line nearby and all kinds of things. But talk about some of the things around the hotel that maybe guests would like to check out.
Well, it's so funny because I've been in America now for 22 years. And when I first came to the US, I used to bounce around some of the nightclubs that were in this neighborhood. And now to be back here as general manager of this iconic hotel with Hermes on one corner, Brunello Cucinelli, Gucci is going to be opening an experiential store coming up. Incredible Diane von Furstenberg and what she has done, not only with her store and bringing us Little Island. You then have these incredible small high-end boutiques that have opened. And then we're at the center of tech now. Lucid Motors is next door. Tesla Motors is across the street, and Genesis House. So you have this incredible mixture of really high-end fashion, unique fashion houses, as well as car companies, and then, of course, the incredible restaurants and the iconic Whitney Museum. Again, you could check in here on a Thursday and never have to leave this neighborhood. We're very fortunate.
And then you're only now a couple blocks away from one of the newest parks. We talk about the High Line, which was a new park a few years ago, but there's a brand new park, which actually was funded by Diane von Furstenberg's husband, yes. Barry Diller. Talk a little bit about that, because we're looking at it right there. I have yet to go to it, but it is kind of a very interesting park right on the river.
It's actually quite spectacular. We're looking at the tulips, that it's the creation of the sculpture that the park sits on. You can get a coffee and cocktails in the morning and walk over there, and it's this most magnificent, tranquil space on the water. And they do evening programs and entertaining in their outdoor theater. They've got great food and beverage pop-ups that they do. It's programmed really well, and it's wonderful to have some outdoor space, outdoor park space down in the meatpacking district. Because of course you have all of these wide cobblestone streets, which really adds to the European feel of the neighborhood.
Absolutely. And then once you're done with that park, you go to now the older park, which is the High Line, and that goes all the way up to West 34th Street, I believe.
Yes. Oh, yes, indeed. You can walk from here all the way up to Hudson Yards.
Now, what are some of the secrets that you would say to guests coming in, especially leisure guests, to really enjoying the Gansevoort?
The first is book your reservation at Sashin, because that is the secret. That's the gem. 100%. The omakase bar. You walk through the buzzy scene that is the Gansevoort rooftop, and then you go into this quiet, tranquil space. That would be number one here at the hotel. The second is we have an incredibly talented chef, and I think our pain au chocolat is probably the best in New York City. So a coffee and a croissant in the morning would be the other secret thing.
So I guess I've experienced one of the secrets because that's what I did this morning.
Yeah, good for you, good for you. And then the other is the incredible, unique boutiques that are in the neighborhood. So after having to wander around the neighborhood, is to go into some of these really new, interesting retail stores that have opened.
And in fact, when you were first here and I was first checking out this area, this high-end boutique thing didn't exist. There were a lot of nightclubs and bars here, but not the high-end stores that are here, which is really, it's always surprising to me to see the different stores that keep popping up all around this neighborhood.
100%. Two Minds, which is this incredible store on Gansevoort, and then there's another one called Nigel Curtis. He's a designer out of London. He's over here as well, and they're very unique. It's wonderful to have the big brands. I can't wait personally for that Gucci store to open, but it's nice to have some individual brands so people can actually pick up something quite unique as well.
Is there anything else you want to tell our 100,000 travel advisors who want to book their clients into New York and are curious about what's going on with the Gansevoort today?
I want to first say to all of the travel advisors that I'm so happy that travel is back and that everybody is getting to benefit to getting back to being busy again. I know how difficult it is. I think people now in travel, it's 100% about the hotel stay, and the hotel has to be on point. But the unique thing about this hotel is its location in this incredible neighborhood. We are so fortunate to be in the city of New York, to have this kind of neighborhood that's bounced back and moved back so quickly after the pandemic. So it's a really unique place to send guests to send guests into New York to have such a unique experience within the big city.
And you're really in the heart of one of the more fashionable districts of New York, the Gansevoort. Congratulations on sort of remaking the Gansevoort, renovating it, and making it it remains the center of this incredible neighborhood.
It does. We have continued that at post renovation. We are definitely the center of the neighborhood, and I think the focus of a lot of what's going on here in the neighborhood for sure.
Again, thank you for your hospitality last night. I had a great sleep. I woke up to an incredible view. Had my one experience with the chocolate croissant, which was very good. Thank you very much. I have to still try the sushi experience at some point, and the next time I come down here. But again, thank you so much, and it was great to finally get together with you to find out about the Gansevoort today.
Absolutely, it was great to have you, and it's always good to have one thing to look forward to when you return. So the next time I see you, we'll be sitting upstairs having some omakase.
You got a deal. I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.